Here we go. Got the lasagna. Dinner's ready. Rhonda, I got the lasagna.
Oh, good. Oh, I haven't had lasagna.
Yep, here
Frank,
we go.
Frank, what is that?
Lasagna for 10.
Lasagna for 10?
You said you wanted lasagna for 10.
No, I didn't. Oh my God, I swear to God, you need to go get your ears checked. I said, get lasagna, make sure they put it in a tin.
Oh.
A tin. I didn't say anything about 10 people. What 10? Who are the other 8 people, Frank?
I don't
And
know.
you didn't even think to ask me?
Maybe we can put it in the freezer, leftovers in the freezer?
Yeah, it's gonna last us a year.
So this one, I thought of this one the other night when Nick was bringing some stuff back from the restaurant, the doggy bags from the restaurant, so we put it in there. So what happened here was, there's an Italian place where my daughter used to dance way back when, and great little, it was a joint. It wasn't like, you know, nice sit down restaurant. It was fantastic food, which is what you want, but it was nothing fancy.
Otherwise, who cares?
So she goes, why don't you get a lasagna while you're waiting, you know, picking up Leah, put the order in, and then pick it up, and then bring it home. And we'll have lasagna for tonight. So when I ordered it, and I said, we need a lasagna and just put it in a tin. But what he thought was I was ordering lasagna for 10 people as opposed to, we call these tins. So I'm coming home with this huge lasagna tray, and she's like, oh, we're gonna have to put that in the refrigerator. So anyway, I'm gonna be coming in this way. I'll be carrying the tray, and then I'm gonna put it down on the counter. And the problem is what you said, go get some lasagna and make sure they put it in a tin. Yeah. But what I thought you said, you know how men and women talk to each other, I thought you said get lasagna for 10 people. So this is lasagna for 10, and you're expecting something, because there's just 2 of us now. So, or even if you throw in Tommy, there's 3 people, but that's a lot of lasagna for 3 people.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so you ready?
All right.
And you can tell there's a lot of lasagna in here.
Frank?
Yeah.
What is this here? It's been sitting here for I don't even know how long, at least a couple of days, and I don't know what it is.
I didn't want to throw it out because I don't want to throw anything out. I thought it was yours.
Well, could it be Tommy's? What is it? It looks like soup or something. There's a tea bag in it.
It's a tea bag. I don't know if it's a science project he's working on, or anything. I've been moving it around the kitchen all for 2 days now, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it could be for school, eh? How's it smell?
Doesn't sound. It's not toxic. I don't want to drink it. I don't know what it is. On this one, I don't know what this is. It's been sitting around the house for 2 days. I moved it around from counter to counter to counter. But today is going to be something funny. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to be off camera, and you're going to come in the kitchen and going, this thing has been sitting here for like 2 days. What is it?
Okay.
And I don't want to throw it out because I thought it was yours. And then we do have the fictional son, Tommy.
Okay.
So I said maybe it's a science experience or experiment. So that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah, so what about, hang on, so what about the camera? When do I have to move it?
So when I go off, you want to hold the tripod because it's not weighted.
Yeah.
But you can still move it. So focus down on the pot, and that's where we're going to start the.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Okay, and then as I come in, just kind of move it up, and that's where our conversation is going to start. Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Brent, so how did Rochar come to be?
Rochar came to be because of these 2 guys here. This is Harry. He's a small cat. Harry usually chases Rocky, and this is Rocky here. Harry's
so
about
that's
6 pounds.
Raw Harry.
And
They're gone.
And they're chasing each other right now, so which happens all the time. But that's where Rochar came from, is from Harry and Rocky there.
Okay.
So last week it snowed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't plow the sidewalks. You know, like 2 or 3 inches. They didn't do it yet. So when I was walking Rocky, I had my boots on, but they had caked, the treads had caked up in snow, and he's like a 60-pound dog. So when we're on the main street there, we had high winds too. So he likes chasing leaves. So these leaves were blowing down the sidewalk, and he starts taking off. And I got one of these leashes that are like, it's like 26 feet. So he's like taking the line out, like, you know, you're like fishing for a marlin. He's taking the line out. Come to the end of the leash, and he's pulling me. So I'm like barefoot water skiing on the sidewalk as he's chasing those leaves. So next time that happens, I'm thinking about turning the leash around, doing some twists and turns.
Do some forward.
So, but you know, it's real life humor. You need to laugh at yourself, but I was laughing at myself that day. But you need 3 or 4, 10, 15 laughs a day. But I was laughing my ass off as I'm being, and he did it not once, not twice, but 3 times on the sidewalk. And I'm like leaning back, and I'm like,
he's
okay,
like a squirrel.
Let's go.
So, Brent, when you first moved to Canada, did you drive here or did you fly? How did you get here?
Well, actually, I moved up, and I bought a book that kind of reminded me of this trip when I first moved home. This is my new home. It was January. I played golf in Atlanta in shorts and a short sleeve shirt. Started making my way up. Got to this town called London, Ontario, which with the snow was just fierce. I mean, you couldn't even see the hood of my truck. And I was thinking, she better be worth it. So the drive was long, but the time with her was short. So,
okay.
That's how I came to be here in Canada.
Okay.
So what are you making today, Brent?
Today I'm going to make something that I haven't made in 30 years. I used to make these with my mom way back when. They're just simple baked apples. They're great for the holidays, but I like them just as they are. And I had some old apples laying around, so I said, well, let's do this today. So, and they're really easy to make. So all you need is, you can make 4 apples, you can make as many apples as you want. Get a core, just drop it in, make sure you get all the seeds out. You may have to do it a couple times. But once you get all that done, then you get to start. I like cinnamon. I love cinnamon. So all we do is just dump cinnamon in. Good, healthy cinnamon. In each one. Then I'm gonna put the peanuts. You can fill them with walnuts, you can fill them with pecans or whatever, but since I'm from Georgia, I like peanuts, so I'm gonna fill them with peanuts. So what I do is I just ground up some peanuts. You can buy them grated already, but I just ground them up. I just bought some regular peanuts and put them in a blender, so I'm blending them up. So just a healthy little thing in each one. Adds a little bit of crunch, and the peanuts actually absorb some of the flavors. So it kind of makes them, and they become softer too, so there's not much of a crunch, but just something simple. All right, got that. All right, and of course sugar. So we just add, not much sugar. I like brown sugar. It's just because it's like it has a little bit of caramel taste to it. So just drop a little bit of sugar in there. Yeah, that's good. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just drop it in there. All right, got that nuts. gotta have the butter. So, just maybe a quarter, a teaspoon or whatever, just a little slice. So, and then again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I like to cut them in half just so they fit in the hole a little bit better. And separate those guys. And okay, we'll just do it by hand. We'll drop those in. Put that in there. Okay, get in there. There we go. More. Now the butter, of course, will melt because when we add our last little garnish, which it'll add some more flavor to it, but it also looks really nice too. It's just cinnamon sticks. So we'll put one in each one. So we'll just jam that in. There we go. Now, when you put these in the oven, you want it to be cooked about 350. You want to set the oven at 350 Fahrenheit. And about 40 minutes, no less than 40 minutes. You can go an hour or whatever. The apples are just going to get softer, so they're not going to burn. So you can put them in there for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, even an hour. You get them, they're in there forever. So. And once they start cooking, it actually you'll start smelling the apples and the cinnamon, and it just kind of makes the house smell a little bit better. So what we're going to do now is we'll stick them in the oven. I need mitts. So you get your mitts, and we'll walk them over to the oven. But it's real simple. It takes no time, and then you just set them in there. So now we'll put them in the oven. And we'll let them sit in there for about 40 minutes. And, oh, look at that. That was a quick 40 minutes. So this is what they'll look like. So just let them sit, and they're tasty, and they're good. So, and you can put them in the refrigerator, and they'll last a long time. So that's basically how you make baked apples.